Hello everyone, thanks for watching my videos. I really hope that these videos help people with their printer setup and configuration issues. So to review the troubleshooting tips I have shared earlier, whenever you run into such printer related issues, make sure you have already checked the printer cable. Cable should be secured right in the back of your printer and also on your laptop. So basically your printer cable or your USB cable I'm talking about, right? On the back of your desktop or your PC or laptop, make sure both ends are secured, right? Other things, like the basics, make sure your printer is powered up, okay? And if there's, sometimes you really have to switch the plug also, the wall jack. I'm not really sure, I mean, why does it happen though sometimes? It doesn't really get the right voltage or something. So it shows you that the light is up, but sometimes it happens. I mean, it's like 1 in a million things. It doesn't really happen so often though. But yeah, you can actually try to switch the wall jack or the power extension or something. It also helps. But that's a very far-fetched thing. But basic things are, make sure your USB cable, which goes from your laptop to the back of your printer, should be secured, okay, and properly connected. And the other thing is, then you basically, sometimes you just have to reboot your PC. Sometimes you just have to reboot the printer. In most of the cases, it just initializes it, right? It initializes the services, drivers, and everything, and it starts working. So with the printers, what really happens when you turn the printer off, it keeps your jobs in the cache, okay? Keeps it in the memory, and then you reboot the printer, you get your jobs back. So it is so horrible when you have a wrong the wrong job was sent out, not the right document you wanted to print. You wanted to print some other document, but by mistake you sent the wrong document, right? And it's like 20 copies or I don't know, 50 copies or something. Then you think that, okay, I have turned off my printer, everything should be fine, everything should be gone now. You turn the printer on after 1 hour and that thing is there. Okay, it starts spitting out those, all the gibberish and everything. So it is very important to make sure you have to go to the printer setup. Basically, where you can actually go is to, when you go to your go to start, and you go to your either go to your control panel and you can select your printers from there, right? Or you can just go to settings. Okay, settings for control panel is the same thing actually. And then you find the device and you go to the printer, and just under the printer setup, you just have to make sure that you can go ahead and cancel the job, delete, cancel, resume the job, right? You can do that. Okay. So that's very important. So once you deleted the job, then those jobs are gone. It also takes a while though. So make sure it is all gone. Okay, so after deleting the job, you have to turn the printer off, and then you turn it on again, then those jobs will be gone. So that's also a very important thing. With the laptop, as I have mentioned earlier, with your system or PC, when you reboot your machine, then of course your drivers get initialized, your services get they start again, and you're good to go. But what if after doing all of these things, still your jobs are not coming, they're not printing? So again, on the software side, make sure you have the right drivers installed on the printer, because drivers actually drive your devices. Even if your smartphone uses those drivers to use its components, right? So in order to print successfully on your printer, make sure you didn't really install the wrong drivers, or the files are corrupt or something. Corrupted files are not a good idea. I mean, it just shows you your driver is all installed, everything is good, but some corrupted files, they are the culprit. So you need to make sure that you just have to go and go ahead and make a copy of your driver in case you have to go back in there, okay? And then you install another copy of the driver and make that one your default, okay? So in order to download the driver everyone knows about it, you have to go to, like if you're using your HP DeskJet or LaserJet printer, you just have to go to HP site and make sure that you enter the right product ID, and you're looking for the latest driver, according to the product name, your device name, right? So once you install the driver and everything, then you basically you try to send a test print. If the test print is coming out, you're good to go. But if the test print is I'm sorry, the test print is not coming out, then still you are in that same issue. So with your local printer, you connect your USB cable, right? Your printer cable, and you're good to go, right? It's easy. You install the driver, uninstall the driver, everything's good, right? And you go ahead and print it, and you're good to go. But with your network printer, that's also a thing. So sometimes, in many cases, you must have noticed too, that they've changed the printer. Printer has been upgraded, and the IP address you are pointing to on your client is still on, for the old printer. Okay, they try to keep the same IP address, right, on the network, but not always. In a perfect world, yes, they do, but most of the time, I've seen it. People have seen it that it keeps pointing to the old. So whoever installs the printer, the new printer, is supposed to go to each and every desktop or the system and make sure that not the new driver. Well, the newer printer would need new drivers also, a new set of drivers, right? So you just have to make sure that it is pointing to the right IP address. Then it was 192.168.0.10, and now it is 0.12, but it is still pointing to 10. Then of course it's not going to go anywhere, okay, because you're not connecting to the printer on the network. So that's very important. Also, again, on the network printer, you can actually ping. So when you go to your command prompt, you can just type in ping, and then when you type in the new printer IP address like 192.168.0.10, if it pings back, pings successfully, then you're good to go. And make sure that your drivers are in place, the right drivers are there. What else you can actually do? DNS IP address is okay, but wrong DNS is there. Okay, or I'm sorry, wrong subnet mask is there. Subnet mask still shows 255.255.0.0, and using 192.168.0.10, of course it's a class C IP address, right? And that one is showing you class B, so not going to work out, right? So subnet mask has to be corrected too. What else you can do? Subnet mask is there, IP address is there, your gateway. Yep, of course, you need to make sure your DNS is correct, your gateway is correct. Normally, the IT department, the IT admins, they actually provide you the new, it's just a kind of script. You just have to go through all of the steps and make sure that your PC is up to date, your system is up to date to connect to the new printer. So you just have to make sure that everything is there. A broken printer, physically broken printer, then of course most of those printers have a tag on the bottom of the printer. It has a server support number there, but companies have their own vendors. So instead of calling HP for your broken printer, you have to call the vendor, and the vendors are basically, they have this 24/7 support, okay, and they have about I think about 4 to 6 hour window. They actually show up, they actually stop by, and they actually fix your printer right away. These LaserJet printers, you can't really fix it. Your DeskJet printers, you can fix it, but something is broken, you really have to replace the part. Paper jams, make sure you turn the printer off. Whenever you run into a paper jam, you really have to lose your job. But as I told you earlier, that when you turn the printer off, there's a possibility you will lose some of those printouts, but the rest of the job would still stay there, because you were in the middle of a job, the job was printing, and then you turned off the printer or something, then that job will be messed up. But those other jobs that were still in the memory, they'll be fine. Okay, it's not a 100% thing I'm telling you, but that's how it goes though. So if you run into a paper jam, most of these newer printers, they have a button, or they have an option where when you press that button, it just releases those papers. Okay, so before doing anything, make sure that your printer has that option already. Okay, and also, yeah, of course, if you on your desktop printer, you can just turn it off and turn it on again. You can actually remove the paper jam from there. Also on LaserJet, again, if the printer is off, somebody's turned off the printer, then you can actually work with it, but don't be too don't struggle too much. If the vendor is there, the vendor will actually come up, but it will actually, if you have some other backup printers, so then you can actually redirect those jobs to those other printers, right? So the other thing is, yep, the latest thing is those Wi-Fi printers. So Wi-Fi printers, basically you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network at work, and your same user ID and password would work, the one you have used for your network in order to log into your LAN, right, your office LAN. That ID and password should work. But since Wi-Fi printers, there are not many printers out there in those offices. They're still using those older LaserJet printers or DeskJets. So in order to connect to the Wi-Fi printers, I mean, some certain groups are using those printers. Sometimes they provide you a special ID and a special password in order to connect to those printers. That's also a thing, but most of the time it's the same thing. Again, as long as you're on your Wi-Fi, you can just go ahead. There's a button on the printers. It shows you that Wi-Fi, you know, that umbrella thing. That image is on the button. You can just press the button. It will turn the Wi-Fi on the printer, and that printer has a USB cable also. You can actually use the printer with your USB cable also. It's not like this is just a strictly Wi-Fi printer, but it has the option. So you turn it on, and then something will pop up on the display. It will show you Wi-Fi is connected. On the laptop, of course, you have to go to your Wi-Fi on your laptop, right? Wi-Fi settings and available networks. Then you start showing your printer in there, and then you connect on it, you log in, and you're good to go. I think this is pretty much it. Again, before doing anything, before shutting down your printer or something, you just have to make sure that you have tried other things, some basic stuff first, then you move to the next step. Okay. There's one important thing before I forget. For those serial ports, you know, those COM printers, so COM1, COM2, COM3 thing, you have to make sure that it is on the right COM port. I mean, that's pretty basic also. And for the USB printers, it creates a USB port, so you have to make sure that it is pointing to the USB port. Okay, when you install the driver, it creates a USB port for you, then it actually goes to USB. If it is still on COM, it's not going to go nowhere. So this is what I have today for you guys, and this is just that, I mean, I share the knowledge to learn from you guys, so please leave some comments, some feedback, and if you have some more information which would actually help me, would actually help others at the same time, please leave it in the comment section and let me know. If you still have any questions, you can just leave those questions also. Some questions still there, like some people actually ask me how to mirror and stuff like that. So not every printer has those options. So printers those have those options, they would actually, it would be actually mentioned in their user manual. So you have to do a lookup on the internet and find out what printers are actually supporting mirroring. Okay. So there's other questions, like manuals come in some other languages too, like in Spanish or in Chinese or something. Yes, they do. Definitely they do. So for that, I would actually suggest to actually connect with the HP support on that one, or check their websites. They have those PDF files available. You can actually go ahead and download it. If they have updated ones, they should be out there. If it's not there, then HP support, or you can actually do have a chat session with them. It is free. Okay, instead of calling them, just do a chat session, and they will actually give you more details where to go. You know, they will actually steer you to the right direction. So again, thanks for watching this video. If you still have any comments to say, or concerns, anything, just leave it in the comment section. Feedback, like, subscribe, and again, thank you all for watching this video. You all have a great life. Be positive, be healthy, and be good. Bye bye.